Thanks, Frank. That's incredible, isn't it? That's incredible. Next, let's go to some games. Blizzard Entertainment. It's my pleasure to welcome Frank Pierce, the co-founder and vice president of Blizzard, up to show us a hot new game running on Mac OS X. Frank, welcome.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
It's great to be here today. We're really excited about OS X. Mac gamers have always been a priority to us. Every game we've published has been available on the Mac. We even have an in-house development team dedicated exclusively to our Mac products. Our commitment to Mac gaming continues this winter with the upcoming release of one of the most anticipated games of all time, Warcraft 3. Our goal is a simultaneous worldwide release of Warcraft 3 on both the Mac and the PC. In a moment here, Scott is demonstrating the latest build of Warcraft 3. This is the first Blizzard game to use real-time 3D graphics. This version is carbonized, so it runs fast, and as you can see, it looks great on OS X. Warcraft 3 is a real-time strategy game that we're taking to the next level. There will be 4 playable races, and we're incorporating role-playing elements by giving you legendary heroes. Your heroes will have inventory and gain experience and abilities through the course of the game. And, as Scott will show you, Warcraft 3 will feature plenty of carnage. Warcraft 3 will be playable on Battle.net, our free online gaming service. Battle.net features will include automated tournaments, anonymous matchmaking, and competitive ladders with players from around the world. The Warcraft 3 multiplayer gaming experience is going to kick ass. Mac gaming has never been as exciting as it is today, and we look forward to supporting Mac gamers for years to come. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you on Battle.net soon. Thanks again, Steve.
Warcraft 3, a simulation of the Microsoft AOL competition next year. Okay. Next, Aspire. It's my pleasure to welcome Mike Rogers, the president of Aspire, to show us something really wonderful running on Mac OS X. Welcome.
Hi, Steve. Thank you. Okay. At Aspire, we're motivated by one thing: bringing the best gaming experience to the best platform on the planet. In '98, we brought you Tomb Raider. In '99, Madden Football. Last year was The Sims. And this year, we're going to be showing off a little bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It's an absolute thrill bringing this game to OS X. The power and stability of the 10 platform has elevated gaming to a whole new level. It means faster load times, advanced virtual memory, so the system adapts to the game on the fly. And with the power and speed of a highly integrated system, every game I've seen just looks and plays better under 10. Now, Brandon here is going to show us some six moves in the game, and hopefully he won't spill too much. Backstage, he told me he could clear this level before I was done talking, so we'll see how he does. The game puts you in control of one of 13 of Skateboarders Elite. Brandon here is playing as Tony, but each one of the skaters has their own special moves. You can even customize your skater to put yourself in the game. There's all kinds of different levels, from indoor to outdoor, even competitions, and a custom skate park editor so you can create your own skate park and share them with your friends. It's even got multiplayer support. You can play with your friends over the network or over the internet, which is a Mac-only feature of the game. Go for it, Brandon. All right. So if you've ever wanted to try a Fakie 5-0 manual judo kickflip combo, almost, then this is your dream game come true. It's incredibly fun, incredibly addictive, easy to play, and it's got all the fun of the real world without any of the breaks and bruises. So, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is available now at our booth for OS 9 and OS 10. It ships with OS 10 version right in the box. We also have a bunch of other games that are OS 10 ready on display at our booth. So give it a try. Come on by. We think you'll see why we think OS 10 and games are an incredible combination. Good job, Brandon. Thanks a lot to Apple and everybody at Activision and Westlake that helped us bring the game out. Thank you, Steve.
That's great. And it won't be the last we hear about Tony Hawk today. Okay, last but not least, Alias, Wavefront, and Maya. It is my pleasure to introduce a friend and the former director of Maya Technologies, Richard Karras. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Steve. You know, these days, 3D computer graphics are everywhere. We see it in some of these amazing video games. We see it in some groundbreaking feature films. We're seeing 3D illustration in magazines and virtual worlds appearing on the web. 3D is a medium being used to communicate, present, and of course, entertain. And Apple has been building Mac OS X to be the best platform for 3D. And they've been doing this because they've been working with developers as they build OS X. Developers like Alias Wavefront, who have helped make sure that the absolute best 3D technology is available at the very core of the operating system. And because Apple provides both the hardware and the software, they can fine-tune it better than anybody. And Maya shows this off very well. Maya is the most incredible technology available for 3D graphics, with an extensive set of tools ranging from modeling, animation, to very unique special effects. Maya is the tool of choice for the high-end 3D professional. Now with me here today is Dan Pressman, product specialist from Alias Wavefront. He's going to show us some of the amazing things you can do with Maya on Mac OS X. So Dan?
Thanks a lot, Richard. First thing I'd like to do is just show you a QuickTime movie that I've rendered out of Maya here. Let's go ahead and play that for you. So you can see the great rendering quality we have there. Now I'm just going to jump into Maya, and you can see that I have one of those robots loaded in. And let's just take a look at some of the stuff that was involved in setting that motion up. So the first thing I want to do is just select the robot, and I'm just going to set some keyframes for the robot animating along the conveyor belt. So I'm just going to sort of grab that whole assembly and slide it forward, and you can see the motion I've set up. So really basic right now, but because of Maya's advanced dynamic system, I can easily go in and rig this guy to be fully dynamic. So what's going to happen here is the legs are going to move, and you can see the entire upper body behaves realistically, being calculated by our dynamics engine. So this is being calculated on the fly here. And as you saw in the final, what we can do is animate this guy falling apart. So to do that, I can basically select all the hinges that are holding his body together, play him forward until a frame where I want him to fall apart, like so, and then just keyframe these hinges turning off over the course of one frame. So if I play this back now, you can see that he moves forward until he gets to that frame, and he kind of falls to pieces onto the conveyor belt. Now, of course, in Maya, we can just grab those keyframes very easily and move them forward in time to another point. And if I rewind this and play it back, you can see we get a completely different outcome from the robot. So he kind of swings back and falls backwards. Now, we're fully integrated, so you can bring in particles as well. I've done that here. Let's play this again. You can see the particles, I've set them up to understand when the robot falls apart, start to emit some fire and smoke. And I've actually gone ahead and rendered out a few different variations on this. So we can render straight out to QuickTime, and I've done that with these. So let's just take a look at some of these here. Here's another one. Now, of course, you can take all these variations, render them out, drag and drop them into iDVD or DVD Studio Pro, and very quickly create a DVD to present to a client. So I hope this gives you an idea of what you can do with Maya and Mac OS X.
Isn't that incredible? And today is the official launch of this product. Alias Wavefront is taking orders starting today at their booth. And Apple's been building the best platform for 3D. So from all of us in the 3D community, thank you, Apple. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. So, I know it was a lot to sit through, but I wanted to show you these 10 remarkable apps. They are 10 of the next 1,000 apps coming to Mac OS X that we're going to see in the coming months. So I thank you for letting me share with you these 10 on 10. Now, this is a peek at what some of our developers are doing. What's Apple doing? Well, we've been doing a lot. We've had 4 updates to Mac OS X so far in the first 4 months. And the software update mechanism in Mac OS X is working beautifully. And it's very popular. As an example, the last update we had, 10.0.4, we had over 300,000 downloads of. So there's a lot of people out there using Mac OS X on a daily basis. But today I'm pleased to announce the first major upgrade of Mac OS X that will be coming, 10.1. Our great software team worked real hard to get the first release out, but we didn't let them stop. They've been working overtime to get this new release out, and I think you'll like it. We focused on a few things. The first one is performance. Performance, performance, performance. We have much faster menus, much faster window resizing, blazing application launch, faster login, faster graphics, you name it, it's faster. Spent a lot of time on performance. The second thing is enhancing Aqua based on a lot of requests. Number 1, movable dock. Number 2, I think you're going to like a lot, I'll show you in a minute, system menus. A dramatically improved Finder and a lot more personalization in the system. As far as supporting our digital hub, we now have iTunes bundled in, we have DVD playback, we have CD burning, not only from iTunes for audio CDs, but from the Finder for data CDs, and we have dramatically enhanced support for digital cameras built in. On the printing side, we are now supporting over 200 PostScript printers with all the DLLs or whatever they are bundled in, LaserWriter 8 features, and much better plug-and-play for USB printing. And on the networking side, AFP servers over AppleTalk, a big request that we've had. We have a built-in SMB client, which means that if you hook Mac OS X up to a Windows network, the other Windows machines and all the Windows servers will see that Mac OS X machine as just another first-class Windows citizen on that network. We also have full support built in for an emerging internet standard called WebDAV, and we've moved iDisk over to run on top of WebDAV, so it's always there, it never disconnects. And you can now manage airport base stations right out of Mac OS X. So, these are just a few of the many thousands of improvements we've made, and what I'd like to do now is I'd like to give you a sneak peek at Mac OS 10.1, if I could. All right. So, the first thing I'd